Hello everyone. So in this presentation we will continue with the respiratory system of Penaeus indicus, and here we will discuss the mechanism of respiration. And this figure, it shows the one side of the cephalothoracic region, and the branchiostegoid has been removed, and you can see the gill chamber open, and these are the gills placed in the thoracic region attached to the respective thoracic appendages. Another structure which is prominent for the mechanism of respiration to happen, it is a scaphonothide. Scaphonothide, as already mentioned, it is actually the expanded exopodite of the second pair of maxillae. Okay, second pair of maxillae, it is the last of the among the what you call just placed just before the first maxilla lipid. Okay, second maxilla, and the exopodite of the second maxilla, it is highly flattened. It is almost like an elephant ear, and that structure is known as a scaphonothide, or it was earlier known as Baylor's. Now, these scaphonothide, the second maxilla, it is placed at the anterior margin of the gill chamber. Okay, now gills, they lie in the branchial chamber, and the gill chamber, it is open ventrally. The carapace, it is open. I hope you remember the figure. Okay, so it is somewhat like this. That is the carapace. It extends along the lateral sides, and this is the ventral part of the body, which is known as the sternite, and this is the appendage. I hope you remember. Okay, so this it is the pair of appendages. So this is the branchial chamber, isn't it? So you can see that the branchial chamber, it is open ventrally. Similarly, it is open anteriorly as well as posteriorly. Okay, and this scaphonothide of the second maxilla, it is placed at the anterior entrance of the branchial chamber. And the scaphonothide, it is very thin and it is highly expanded, and it keeps on moving. And this movement of the scaphonothide, it will bring water into the gill chamber. It actually bails water into the gill chamber through the anterior entrance. So water enters the gill chamber through the anterior entrance. At the same time, water is pushed out of the gill chamber along through the posterior entrance. So the water lost through the posterior entrance, it is being replaced by the incoming water through the anterior opening. Clear? Okay, so this is how the water is being refreshed in the gill chamber. So as and when the fresh water enters, it brings along a huge amount of oxygen, right? And this actually, when water enters inside the gill chamber, this water, it bathes all the respiratory surfaces. It bathes gills present in the branchial chamber. It also actually moves over the epipodite. It bathes the inner lining of the branchiostegoid. So all these respiratory surfaces, they are bathed, or they come in direct contact with the fresh water which contains oxygen. So there is gaseous exchange happening. That is gaseous exchange, where the oxygen in the water is taken in, and the carbon dioxide from the from the vessels, it is passed out into the what you call the water. Okay, and this water, which contains carbon dioxide, more of carbon dioxide, is pushed out through the posterior opening. So this is how the whole what you call respiration is brought about. Okay, so water taken in through the anterior opening of the branchial chamber, then it gaseous exchange taking place between the respiratory surfaces and the water. The water and the oxygen, it moves into the vessels and the respiratory surfaces, and on the contrary, the carbon dioxide move out into the water. This water, it moves out through the posterior opening of the branchial chamber. So this is a whole cycle. Okay, so how this water current is maintained? It is maintained with the help of the movement of the scaphonothide present on the second maxilla. Okay, but water, it may contain certain foreign particles, certain substances that is to be avoided from entering into the branchial chamber, and this preventing of foreign particles, unwanted particles, it is brought about with the help of setose hairs that are present at the entrance of the branchial chamber. Okay, so these setose hairs are present at the entrance of the gill chamber, which actually filters out unwanted foreign particles from getting entry into the branchial chamber. So only the water uh, containing fresh amount of oxygen will enter the branchial chamber, bring about respiration. It moves out through the posterior opening. So this is about the complete mechanism of respiration. I hope this is clear. Okay, thank you.